All right. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So here it is, the long-awaited reviews. We've recorded it a couple times. Each time kind of was bad. Lighting was bad. Something was always kind of off. But look, you can clearly see us. I got new lights back there. Got a new haircut. Don't expect this to last long because I'm not going to style my hair all the time. And then, look! Look at this guy. It's Wyatt. You remember him from the PSA? Yeah. he didn't disappear anywhere, so it's good. That's good. So we're gonna start the reviews, guys. Just so you guys know, this isn't like professional reviewing. We're not professionals. We didn't watch both subbed and dubbed versions and go, oh, this is better. This is just if you're into anime, if you're looking for something new to watch. This is a general guide to find something new. And if you're kind of like on the fence, then maybe this might give you some ideas of stuff to watch. We're definitely talking about a specific genre today. We're talking about kind of
Pervy
on the major side.
Yeah.
In a couple different ways. Yamada's first time isn't so much full of fan service. It does have fan service moments. If you don't know what fan service is, just imagine seeing curves, nice little shapes everywhere. That's fan service shots. I mean, they're in movies. It's not like it's new lingo. Shouldn't be new lingo for anyone, but it might be. Kids, I don't recommend you watch this stuff.
No.
For a few reasons. It's not for kids. These ones are not for kids. There will be plenty that we get to that are safe for kids, and we'll even have like Cartoon Network cartoons that we'll talk about.
Heck yeah.
These aren't them. These two are not safe for kids.
This isn't your Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Yamada's first time isn't that bad. It's a lot of things that would go over a kid's head, but at the end, it gets there.
Yeah.
It does. So let's start with that one, actually. I just said it, so let's start with that one. Gata HK, Yamada's first time.
We just found out what Gata HK means.
We just found out what Gata HK means, and we'll kind of mention that right now. It refers to the fact that that Yamada, the main character, is a crazy, perverted girl. Just crazy. Like, literally insane. But it's really cool and cute, and it brings in a nice element to the story. Because normally you get guys like that in shows, and you're just like, oh. It's interesting to see it from
a girl's sim. Yep.
And then that whole series, it's very much a love story-esque thing. The title says it all. Gata HK, Yamada's first time. You never see their first time,
no,
but you know it happens. By the end of the show, you know it's happened. And it's nice. It's a love story and kind of relationship story from a girl's perspective, essentially. It definitely humanizes the other gender, you know.
And I definitely think that it reminded me of, you know, your awkward high school relationships.
Well, and like Kosuda's a good example of that. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's an average guy. Average.
Very average.
Very average guy. And so, I mean, it's really nice. The visual style, it's your typical anime style. It's soft and rounded. It's very soft rounded. If you know what I mean. If you're in the technical stuff, that's what it is. It's very soft rounded. But it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't do a whole lot of weird transition stages where you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Now it's all chibi, or now it's all this, or now it's all that. And the plot, we just kind of said a lot about it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a love story. It goes over. It has its ups. It has its downs. It has all the weird spots in between. And then it brings in a lot of humor and the fact that, I mean, she's sex crazy.
It'll get you laughing.
And I mean, like I said, there's really not that much fan service to blow you out of the water with. And a lot of the characters in the show are relatable to people you could probably know in life. I mean, another character is Takeshita.
Yeah, I like Takeshita and her boyfriend because Yamada and Kosuda.
Yeah.
Had to remember his name for a second. They kind of look up to them and how their relationship goes. So.
Yeah, because those characters, they're the people that you've seen, like, okay, they've had a relationship for a long time, it's going well, they'll probably get married. In real life, those two characters would probably get married. Yep. That's just kind of how that relationship is, and they're like people you could find in real life. There are guys who really like that. Oh no,
that's never dark.
Don't worry, I'll fix this real quick and I'll edit. We're back. My brand new lights, kind of exploded, caught
Set on fire, something
because it's I can't smell, guys. I can tell it's in the air. that's the extremity of how bad that
is. And I can smell it. It burnt a little bit.
I'll have to see what's going on. Maybe take them back, get some new ones.
We improvise.
Oh, I can even see it blowing off the side there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's smoking a little bit.
It's smoking a little bit. I bet it's just the one light too, maybe, because if one light's out, the other one goes out. Which sucks. I just bought those. So, I mean, they've been used one other time, and really that was in a failed attempt, so we won't even show you that. So, sorry. that wasn't for anime reviews. That was for something else. If it was for reviews, we'd just do like we're doing now. Don't ask what we're doing right now. But that's okay. We're going to jump right back into it. But yeah, I mean, the characters, they're relatable. There's all sorts of different characters in there. There's Kosuda's older sister.
She's pretty cool.
She's really cool. There are plenty of women like that I know. And then Yamada's younger sister. That's really a weird one. I mean, there are people like that. Not necessarily in that situation, but there are people like her where they're like, what are you talking about? This is fine. Quit being a child.
And they're just over it.
Yeah, it's really cool. But I mean, it's a pretty good anime. It's a good way to kind of get your emotions in a little bit, and you will get to the point where you're like, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot.
It's one of those aggravating ones where you wish they'd do something, but you know they're not going to. And
and it's one of those. It's not like, oh, I can't watch this. They're stupid. But
no,
I mean, it is one of those. It's like you get those real life moments where even in real life you're like, I told you. I told you.
You know your best friend's dating that girl, and you know it's not okay.
Yeah, you find things like that. So I mean, it is a very relatable show that way.
Yeah,
and I like that. I mean, I love just all types of anime in general, but I mean that's something that really sticks out in the show, and it is not an impossible scenario. I mean, there's plenty of love animes where it is impossible scenarios, and I don't mean that in like, oh, Fox Demon and normal girl Inuyasha is the kind of
Inuyasha
one. And there's a couple other ones that are like that too. But I mean, it's not even in the realm of like, oh, quiet loner meets psycho lunatic.
No,
it's not that kind of crazy. Which that's another one that
it keeps it borderline realistic.
Yeah, I will be reviewing that one. So those of you who know it'll be like, yeah. Others will be like, what the hell is he talking about? It's pretty good. Intros and outros. The intro's fucking amazing. I love it. It's so fun. It's very poppy. I like things that are quick moving. It's very cutesy, which at first threw me off. I eventually got over that though.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off. I mean, I like the video. The video was really cool.
Yes, it's very well put together.
The song's just where it threw me off.
The visuals and the flow of it fit with the song very well. And there are spots where I'm like, nailed it. Like they nailed it. Like one of the ones is when they're introducing other characters through on-site screenshots where they just freeze frame. They nailed that. That was beautiful. I couldn't suggest any better ways of doing that. Really, I couldn't. I could maybe say I like green better, so show me green background instead of like blue or whatever. But I mean, it was good. The outro.
I like the outro better actually.
Do you?
Yeah, and they Kosudo, he's a photographer, and in the outro, it's like a bunch of photography stuff.
Yeah, it does have little shots in there,
and then a couple shots of like actual photography, and it has a bunch of still frames, which I like the art and the still frames. But
yeah, as a song, I don't really like the song much better, but I do. It's a very good send off. It very well fits what's going on throughout the show, and just like, hey, you know, wait, we'll see you next week. It's a good way to go about it. I mean, it's a good show. It's subbed and dubbed. So whichever one you prefer is fine. Newcomers, I recommend you just watch the dub. There's tons of things out there that are dubbed. I'm not going to say I like dubbed versus sub because I don't care. I watch both of them. I work a lot. I do a lot of things off to the side, and I just let anime run. That's when I watch dubbed things. If I'm going to sit down and just watch it, I'll watch it subbed. This was one of those. I watched it dubbed as I was going to sleep, and I got hooked on it really quick, and then I was like, okay, I gotta not watch this because it was dubbed at the time, and I'm like, I gotta watch this during work time, and I wound up getting no work done. So it's just one of those little things. It's Funimation. It's licensed by Funimation. The studio is, I can't see now. I'm partially blinded. I believe it's HAL Filmmaker or Ha Filmmakers or something like that. I couldn't really tell you. I'm not following things that crazily. I mean, like we said, this isn't professional. I couldn't tell you who the voice actors were.
Right.
They did well nailing that. I do going back while we were looking through some of the things, refreshing our minds. I do like the voice for Kosuda in Japanese better. I feel that voice tone very much fits him better, just with the little bit that I heard.
Yeah.
But they still do well. He's an awkward guy. He shouldn't have a crazy and this character voice. So, but I mean, voice cast general all around is pretty well. And it's got a little bit of everything for everyone. I think that was something we kind of missed out a little bit. They have other little side romance plots going in the background to a degree.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but it's there.
So that's fun.
So it works. It fits. It's fun. But so we're going to jump right into the next one. We're doing 2 for 1.
Do you want to do favorite parts?
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. I'm glad you said something about that. I had totally spaced that off, and I've got notes here, and I totally missed it.
I guess just one part I thought was funny is Kosudo totally gets beaved. He gets a beaver shot from Yamada, and I thought that was hilarious. Especially how he reacts. He's out the door in seconds.
Yeah. I can't pull out favorite parts throughout the show because the show's really good. And yeah, I do have favorite parts. I can't think of all of them because it's been a while. But I mean, there are spots where the show gets really human. Moments where you're just like, oh, and it tugs. Mm-hmm. I really like those. And some of those are...
Plays on your heartstrings.
It plays on your heartstrings. And some of those are very early. They're very... And they're played out very well. I mean, there's a moment where... I can't remember which episode even it was, or how early it was. But there's a moment where Kosuda's like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to mess this up. So he doesn't do anything. Mm. That's something that happens all the frickin' time. You can see it on campus. I've done it, but you get to where you're like, oh, I don't want to mess this up so bad, and you spend so much time trying to figure out what to do right, you don't do anything. Nothing at all gets done. And
that could go either good or bad, but a lot of times bad.
And they played it out so well. I mean, this is very well done. I believe there's more to the story. Because it was a light novel series, I believe.
Yeah.
I keep hearing talk about a second season coming out. I haven't seen anything about it, but I haven't looked very hard either. If it comes out, I'm going to watch it. I'll talk about it in a separate video.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem doing that.
For sure.
And a lot of things, I don't have a problem going out of my way to look at, check out, stuff like that. But, and if something like that does change, I'll let you guys know in another video. Like, hey, it's coming. I'll when it comes out, I'll start watching it. We'll cover it then. We're going to jump into the next one, I think. That should be everything covered. I'm going to double check. Yep, we got it